Oh, hello there, and good morning. Uncle Lou here. Video time. Of course, playing Charleston Southern this week. No hate week there. Nothing against Charleston Southern. They're actually a pretty good team. They're 8-3 this year. So for the level that they're on, they're actually a pretty good team. But they lost to Vanderbilt earlier this year, so I don't expect them to pose much of a challenge to UGA. But anyway, I wanted to make this video because it's just something that needs to be said. So Uncle Lou gonna go ahead and say it. But UGA is the SEC West champ this year. Which is just amazing and unbelievable. While you people have been busy flapping your gums about how great the West is and how terrible the East is, Georgia's been busy beating teams from the West, and not just beating them, but humiliating them. We beat the brakes off of Arkansas at Arkansas like it was nothing, because it was nothing. It was no big deal for us to go ahead and do that. We curb stomped them, no problem. And of course went ahead and humiliated the Barners last week. So yep, we're undefeated in the SEC West. No other SEC West team can say that. So for that reason, I'm proclaiming UGA champs of the SEC West this year, which is just amazing. It's very possible that we could win the East and the West. The West is so much better than the East, right? Yeah, well, while teams in the West are busy, letting Ole Miss and Mississippi State dictate what's going on over there. You got LSU getting shut out by Arkansas. Alabama loses to Ole Miss. Ole Miss. I don't get it. Alabama plays Arkansas. Should have lost that game. They beat them by 1 point. UGA goes into Arkansas and just destroys them. It wasn't even a game. Guess who else is undefeated against the SEC West? Mizzou. As much as I hate Mizzou, they own the West too. They humiliated Texas A&M. They still have Arkansas left to play. We'll see what happens there. But yep, UGA, kings of the SEC this year, undefeated against the West, which is supposed to be the greatest division in the history of college football. I guess, I don't know. But the point is, while you guys are busy letting Mississippi State and Ole Miss run that division, Alabama, how do you lose to Ole Miss? How do you only score 14 against Arkansas? It's just embarrassing and humiliating too. You should have lost the LSU game. You guys can use the excuse of, well, y'all are just beating each other up and blah blah blah, and that's because everybody is good and blah blah blah. Well, UGA has beat the two West teams we've played by a combined score of about 90 to 30. Or so. It's been no competition. Florida was better competition than the SEC West teams. South Carolina is better competition than playing these teams from the West. We're just rolling over you guys. And when Mizzou loses one of their next two games, that trend is going to continue when Georgia wins the SEC championship game in Hotlanta. Won't be any problem for us to go ahead and do that. So y'all keep worrying about Ole Miss and Mississippi State, and UGA will keep beating you. UGA will be SEC champs this year. Go Dogs!